Shalawam. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and much love and prayers to the brothers that's doing the will of the Lord in sincerity and truth. And this is another episode of Off the Spirit.
Alright, first script here is Sirach chapter 22, verse 13. Talk not much with the fool, and go not to him that have no understanding. Beware of him, lest thou have trouble.
Right, now it says talk not much with a fool, because you got your friends, you got niggas, man, at the job, wherever you go, you got foolish people, man. If they not in the spirit of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, they foolish, man. And it says talk not much with a fool. A fool can get you in trouble, man. And it says and go not to him that have no understanding, because being around people of the world, man, it gets you in trouble. Now you gotta always keep in reminder that, you know, we in a spiritual war. We in a spiritual warfare, man. And we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. We wrestle against principalities and evilness in high places. And you got demons that, you know, want you to go off. So
yeah, I'm gonna bring it back from the top. Talk not much with the fool, and go not to him that have no understanding. Beware of him, lest thou have trouble, and thou shalt never be defiled with his fooleries. Right? So, you know what I'm saying? A part of what? Being defiled with a foolish man's fooleries, like say for instance, you know what I'm saying? You could be on a job or whatever. You could have had this job for, 3, 5 years, however long. Now all of a sudden your company hiring, you know what I'm saying? And you go back and, you got your boys from the world or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You trying to look out for them. Try to give him a job or something. Now you put him on. Now he on the job. He wound up doing something foolish on the job, or wound up stealing, or wound up harassing somebody at the job. You know what I'm saying? Bringing a bad name upon you, man. The scriptures say a good name is better than precious ointment. Now you defiled by his fooleries. Now people at your job gonna look at you like this is the type of people you hang out with. So this is the type of people that you hang out with. They're gonna look at like this is the person who you really are. And you just masking that. You just putting on the disguise around us. So they're not going to want to be around you. You might get fired because of this fool. And you're going to be defiled and lose your job that you just had, man, for years. You know what I'm saying? And also, too, being defiled with someone's fooleries. Like I was watching the movie Caught Up. You know what I'm saying? With Bokeem Woodbine. And he came to a point where he was going to stop hustling. He had however much money. He wanted to open up a nightclub. So he wound up telling his friend, that's why it says talk not much with the fool. He wound up telling his friend, who was a fool, smoking blunts, into all type of wild and crazy stuff, that he needed some extra money. I forgot the amount, maybe $5,000, $10,000, you know what I'm saying, so that he could open up his nightclub. So his friend like, oh, so why you ain't just come to me? Like, I got the bread. So they wound up driving, going to a bank, and he like, you got your money up in there? He like, yeah. He's like, I'm gonna go ahead and get it real quick. So he come out, this fool done robbed the goddamn bank, man. And he come out all shut up and hop in the car, and Bokeem was like, yo, what the fuck? So now he got to drive off in a getaway car. His friend wound up dying, you know what I'm saying? And Bokeem wound up doing the 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Because what? You got defiled by his fooleries, man. Because you talk too much with a damn fool, man. Somebody else that's in the world, man. All right?
And just to add to it, that is that what, man? You got niggas, like I said in the beginning, you got niggas in the world who you might get up with and chill with. But guess what? You might have a dude probably grew up with, you know what I'm saying, he might sell drugs, you know what I'm saying, and he might sell coke, dope, and then all of a sudden you get in a car with him, or he might get in your car, he got the shit on him, you get pulled over. What happened? You know what I'm saying? Now, that nigga could be a fucking nigga, and you thought he was your homeboy. He don't have to admit, that's his stuff. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So now both of y'all going down, and you'll be mad as hell with him. So that's why that scripture say, beware of him, lest thou have trouble, and thou shalt never be defiled with his fooleries, man.
All right, so I'm going to read on. It says, depart from him, and thou shalt find rest, and never be disquieted with his madness.
Right, you're going to find rest, man. When you separate yourself from the world, man, and you cleanse on to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Because one thing, like you said before, coming into this truth, you got to separate yourself from the madness, man. That's how you cleanse yourself. Going back to the episode of the new creature, man, being a new creature.
Okay. Right, because, you know what I'm saying, and how I said, too, with, depart from him, and thou shalt find rest. Just how the scriptures say, like, we got to depart from, Malachi 2 and 10, come up out of her, depart from her, for there's no rest in America. what I'm saying? We have no rest amongst our friends within the world. But our rest, our temper, our comfort, I mean, until we enter our actual heavenly rest, is these scriptures, man. And dwelling with godly men, with men that have like minds just as we do, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we'll find rest in the brotherhood and within these scriptures, man. You know?
And your brother and who you should be with is a brother that's teaching in the spirit of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. Because you got other dudes out there in these different camps. Just because they're in a different camp and they know that they Israelites and the tribe they're from don't mean they're your brother, man. You got IUIC, they teaching a false doctrine, man. They don't say the name, you know what I'm saying? They shave their beards when the scriptures clearly tells you, you know, you're not supposed to tape yourself up, man. So your brother is a brother that's teaching in the same word and the same doctrine in the spirit of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man.
Yeah, this is another precept, Sirach chapter 37, verse 12. But be continually with the godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry.
Right, now that's a godly man. That's a man that's teaching in the spirit of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. It says that if you, he said he shall, read that last part again?
Whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry.
Right, and his mind is the same as your mind. Y'all on one accord. So that's who, now I mean, if you fall, he fall. You know what I'm saying? He was sorry with you. You know what I'm saying? He'd be your crutch, man. Because you always need, that's why the Lord made many brethrens, man. Which is 144,000 men, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't do everything by yourself and you need a crutch. You may fall, but your brother could be there to be your crutch to help you out. And vice versa. For him, could be, you know what I'm saying? For you, it could be for him. For him, it could be for you.
Right, because your friends in the world, they're not going to be a crutch unto you, man. You know what I'm saying? If anything, they're going to be more of a stumbling block for you to keep falling deeper into that pit, okay? Deeper into sin, deeper into perdition, man. You know, deeper into destruction, man. You know, if you hanging with your friends, you know what I'm saying, they might still be into smoking or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? They not going to care if you wind up hitting a blunt with them and things of that nature, man. I mean, if anything, they're going to encourage that, man. You know what I'm saying? They not going to be with all that, yo, you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be. They're going to push that on you, or peer pressure, or and some dudes in the world, I mean, they could claim to be your best friends, but they're really try to use that peer pressure to see if you really a hypocrite or not, and then make you hit the blunt and be like, oh, see, you're a fucking hypocrite. Fuck that Bible shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what niggas will do, man. Because they niggas, man. You know?
And if for one thing, a bit of advice, you know what I'm saying, I said this before maybe in one of my videos, is that I had learned that through experience, man. I learned that through experience because my first coming into this truth for me, a big demon on me was, you know, I couldn't stay away from my homeboys, you know what I'm saying, who I was out there in the world with and chilling with. And I was still going out, you know, because I learned through the scriptures enough that, you know, it's okay to go out, but it's not wise. But I was so young in the spirit that I was going out with them. And guess what? That's the beginning of what we brought out, the Salakia, where it says, beware of him, lest thou have trouble, and thou shalt never be defiled with his fooleries. And I was caught up in that because, make a long story short, went to the bar with brothers. Went to the bar with niggas. You know what I'm saying? And one of my homeboys was Crip. The bar ended up being a blood bar, and while we was in the bar, the blood niggas was telling him that he gotta go. But mind you, this supposed to be my friend. You know what I'm saying? We grew up together. He never came in the bar and told me, you know, like, yo, I'm about to be out. And we came together. Even though we came in separate cars, we came together. You know what I'm saying? Now, this a nigga in the world supposed to be your boy that you grew up with. They came to him and told him to leave the bar. Mind you, he got all shook up and about to leave the bar. He never told me that he was leaving. I never knew he left. So I stayed there to the end, had a good old time. And what happened? I caught the hell for that. I got jumped and shit on that because they thought I was Crip. You know what I'm saying? I was never in the gang, but because I was with him. You know, niggas in the world that's on that, you know, that wicked shit, being in blood, they see you with Crip niggas, you associated, man, you is it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So that's off experience. So for you younger brothers out there, or brothers that's just coming into this truth, even brothers that probably been in the truth, the Lord eventually gonna bust your goddamn ass, man, because you ain't supposed to be with worldly niggas like that.
Like you said, guilty by association. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, another precept. This is 1 Peter chapter 4. I started verse 1, it says, "For as much then as Yahawashi has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High."
Right, because one thing about being in His truth, you gotta suffer, man. And suffering is you not being part of your friends, man. That's a hard thing for some dudes, man. It's a hard thing, and you gotta suffer being bored in the house, ain't nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? You studying, but then you like, damn, your homeboy's calling you. You enticed to go over there, but you trying not to go over there. You gotta suffer, man, just like our Lord Yahawashi suffered. All right.
Yeah, reading on, it says, verse 3, "For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you."
Right, so you suffering on that note. Your friends don't want to be a part of you. They
Exactly.
think you strange now. They think you weird, man. They think you weird because you're not going to the parties. You're not drinking excessively, you know what I'm saying, being drunk, you know what I'm saying, every day, or being smoked out, being burnt out because you ain't doing a wake and bake. Your brothers that's used to smoke know exactly what I'm talking about. Wake up in the morning, gotta have your blunt and shit. Your homeboys get mad at you, man, because you ain't a part of that shit no more.
And this is good, you know what I mean? We hope that this is very edifying, mainly for brothers that's just coming into the truth, trying to make that transition, you know what I'm saying, from being a nigga in the world to actually being a brother, because that takes time. So we definitely hope that, you know what I mean, this reaches, or that a lot of you young brothers who may be teetering on the fence, whether to fully come into the truth or to join the camp, we hope that this is really edifying for you brothers, man, you know? Verse 14, back to Sirach chapter 22. "What is heavier than lead, and what is the name thereof but a fool? Sand and salt and a mass of iron is easier to bear than a man without understanding."
Why is that? Because iron, what was it? It was iron, salt, and mass of iron and salt and sand. Because what does it talk back to you? A foolish man talks, man. And if iron and sand, it sits there, you can talk to it all day and it listens. You know what I'm saying? Everything has wisdom, the Lord said.
Yeah.
Everything has life that He's created, man. So a foolish man would talk with many words, man, and he's a damn headache.
Exactly. Right. I said what? Those elements are easier to bear than a man without understanding, man. Because like how the brother was just saying, like he's going to be a constant headache to you and a constant bother no matter what. Because you just talking to him, but because he has no understanding, he can't grasp nothing that you're saying, man.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. That's just like us out there talking into the 2/3, man. You know what I mean? They not going to grasp it no matter what, because they're blind to that fact. So it's the same way with the man of no understanding, man. Okay? He's blind to whatever you're saying because either, you know what I mean? Because he just can't understand it, man. You know?
Yeah. They can't get it. It's a stumbling block.
Exactly. They can't get right, you know? All right. Verse 16, it says, "As timber girt and bound together, and a building cannot be loosed with shaking, so the heart that established by advised counsel shall fear at no time." Right? So how it's getting into what? The timber, know what I mean, that's being girt together and bound together, like, know what I mean? Because what? A house is built based off of wood, timber. You know what I'm saying? So how you build a house upon a strong foundation, know what I mean, if you try to shake it, it won't break apart. You know what I'm saying? So it says, so the heart that established by advised counsel shall fear at no time. Right? So that's how it is with us men of the Lord. Now, man, we holding on to that advised counsel, which is Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, that strong foundation, that rock, which is Yahawashi. So we shall fear at no time none of the evils in which we are to face, man. Yep. You know? All right. Reading on, verse 17. "A heart settled upon a thought of understanding is as a fair plastering on the wall of a gallery."
Right, and that mean a fair heart. That mean it's beautiful, man. Because if you see a picture, on the gallery, that's a brother that has some talent and made that picture up, it could be a beautiful picture. That's what the heart set up. Can you read that again?
A heart settled upon a thought of understanding is as a fair plastering on the wall of a gallery.
So a man that can receive the understanding is beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
Any thought, you know what I'm saying? You say a thought of understanding. I mean, your thought of understanding will be a thought that's pertaining to these scriptures, because our mind has to be on one accord with the Lord. So these are our thoughts, and this is where we get our understanding from, man. So one simple thought, you know what I mean, or a positive energy being applied to these scriptures, it just is way greater than a beautiful painting up on a wall, man. You know? All right, so verse 18. Pale set on a high place will never stand against the wind. So the fearful heart and the imagination of a fool cannot stand against any fear.
Right, and that pale we looked up, you know, it just means pole stick, all right? And that's something like you may, if you're gardening, you may put a pole there, a stick in your garden to hold your certain vegetables up or whatever, because it may grow wild, but you want to separate it. But can you read that again?
Pale set on a high place will never stand against the wind.
Right, so something like that can never stand against the wind. I mean, if it's a strong wind of the Lord, it can't stand. And that's somebody, you know, that's a damn fool. You know what I'm saying? That's winnow in every wind. That's what they like. They like a pale that sits in the grass, and it's not strong against the wind, because they'll fall over.
Pale set on a high place will never stand against the wind. So a fearful heart and the imagination of a fool cannot stand against any fear.
Right, so that just explains it, man. A fearful man, all right? A fearful hearted, which is a fearful in the mind, of imagination, of your wicked thoughts, man, of your not being strong mentally, man, and spiritually.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this last part one more time. A fearful heart and the imagination of a fool cannot stand against any fear. Right? The fearful heart and the imagination of a fool. You know what I'm saying? What? The people that are out there when we prophesying, you know what I'm saying, the people of the 2/3 that's not giving the ear to the words of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, they're fools. You know what I'm saying? And it says, a fearful heart and the imagination of a fool cannot stand against any fear. So they're fools, and therefore, you know what I mean, all of their imaginations, I mean, make them fools according to their wickedness. And they have fearful hearts, because when that tribulation really come up upon them, when that the Most High make of their desolation come as a whirlwind, okay, they're going to be faint-hearted, man. You know, because they don't have the knowledge within them to be able to stand up against that great day, man. You know, okay? So they're going to be faint-hearted in that day.
It says, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, man. That's what we need in these last days to come. We need that faith and that knowledge and understanding.
That's it.
So, hope brothers was edified. This is another episode of Off the Spirit. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. And much love and prayers to you brothers that's doing the will of the Lord in sincerity and truth. And with that, Shalawam.
Shalawam.